Okay, so here I am. I'm trying to explain my project. I started my project out of household goods for the month of June. So I will explain my uh, spreadsheet from the beginning from the left. Here I have items, item numbers, then purchase date, and then I have the name of the item. I have sorted this item in ascending order, beginning from A to Z, as you can see here. And then beginning inventory, I have used the data bars to indicate how much I have that is remaining or beginning inventory as shown here. And in column E, I have the inventory order column, and how I worked it out is I use the if function to determine how much, whether I should buy or not. And if the item is less than 3, which is the beginning inventory, then I indicate that we should buy. So I use the if formula on this column, as you can see here. And where it says buy is, that's where I'll need to buy that item. Okay, and then moving to the next column, unit cost, that is not adjustable, it's according to how much it was charged to me. Okay, then I move to purchase units. Interesting on this one, how do I determine how many items to purchase? So I put a note here, it says to refer to the configuration to determine the amount to be purchased. So you can see to the right here I have this configuration that I set up, and it says that if the item costs less than $5, we should order 15 total. If it's less than 10, order 13. Less than 15, we order 8. Less than 20, order 5. Less than 60 or equal to 60, we order 3 items. So I use a nested if function to calculate how much I should order or purchase for each item using the nested if function. Okay, and next column, cost of the items I purchase is just a simple unit cost times purchased amount to calculate that. Okay, I want to go back to unit cost. You can see I have a color scheme here. It's called a color scales, and it shows from green to red. So green represents the I would say the cheapest item, and red indicates the most expensive item. Okay, and now in column I, we're ending inventory. I've also had a color scale here that any item that is less than 3 at the end of the month should be ordered for July. So that's why I have this color scale here to indicate items that needs to be ordered. Okay, moving along to used inventory. It's simple. Beginning inventory plus purchases minus the ending inventory will give us the used inventory for the month. Okay, the cost of goods is calculated by beginning inventory plus purchases minus ending inventory times the unit cost will give us the cost of goods used. For new cost of goods used, I have to put in my last 3 digits of my I number, and I use the formula right, and then some other calculations here in order to be able to retain the decimal point. It was a little bit tougher because of the decimal point, but I was able to figure out how to put it in the formula and be able to extract that number to reflect the decimal point. So this is my spreadsheet explaining what I did. Now we'll move on to the next sheet, which is the dashboard. Okay, here's the dashboard. I put a June 2020 purchase preview or purchase review, whatever you want. I think it applies here. Let's look at these items here. I used a data validation and had a drop-down list, and it says I put a message here: select the item from the drop-down list. So for this item that I selected, whatever item you select, it tells you what item. And then for beginning inventory and rest of that, I use the VLOOKUP function to find that item I'm looking at from the data. So most of these are VLOOKUP functions. At the bottom here I have total monthly purchases is just a sum function. So it's the next item. Then I also use average monthly purchase to calculate this the cost. Further down, the highest unit cost, I calculate using the max function for the minimum unit cost, which is the min function. Okay, further up here, number of items that was purchased for June, I used the COUNTIF function to calculate the number of items that I purchased. Okay, then I use the average function, calculate the item cost. Okay, and then I have below here is the reorder items for the next month, the following month, of the month of July. I have data validation with a drop-down list, and then it selects the item. We look up, and then I have here is the reorder. And if the item is at the end of June, it's less than 3, then it tells me that this item needs to be ordered. And what formula did I use? I use a VLOOKUP nested in an if function in order to tell me whether the item is needs reordering or not. So there is my my dashboard items. Let me move on to the next one. Next sheet. Right here is I call it my shopping list, because it shows the items and the unit cost for the item, the beginning inventory, and how many items were purchased. So for example, if I click banana, it tells me the unit cost for banana, which is 358. Beginning inventory, I had 0, and how much we purchased in the month is 15 items. So it goes with the rest of the items. That's how it shows me items that needs to be purchased and how much they cost and how much I purchased. That's my shopping list for this one here. Let me move to the next one, the last one. Here is purchase cost, and this shows me pivot table shows me the items. Okay, how much they cost, or how much it cost in the month, and also I added how much those items that were used cost too. So this page is basically calculating or figuring out how much money was spent in either purchasing or the items that were used. Same as the last page, you click on the item and it gives me how much the average cost for that item and the cost for the goods or the item that was used during the month. Okay, so there you go. That's my project, and I enjoyed doing it, and I had fun. Took a while to figure out these items, but I enjoyed working in creating my own spreadsheet. Thank you so much. Have a good day.